everybody, and thank you for stepping in to listen to another episode of The Open Door. I'm your host, Sal, and today, or whatever day it is for you, we're opening the door to talk about something we all say, but we don't always understand, and that's love. When we hear that word love, most of us don't stop to think about what it really means. It's a word we use so often it almost becomes automatic. When we say it, when we leave for work, we say it before we hang up on the phone. We say it at the end of a conversation without even thinking twice. And especially, we say it when things start going wrong, when there's tension, when there's a disagreement, when things feel like they're about to fall apart. That's when we lean on it the most. I love you. But let me ask you something. Are we always saying it because we truly feel it in that moment? Or are we using it as a quick fix? A way to smooth things over, to avoid going deeper into the situation? Because if we're honest with ourselves, sometimes I love you becomes less about the connection and more about escape. It becomes a shortcut, a way out instead of working through the hard parts, the parts where we have to admit we were selfish or lazy or wrong. We reach for that easy phrase, and it's a verbal white flag. And listen, there's nothing wrong with saying I love you, but there is something wrong when it loses its meaning. Love isn't meant to be a bandage. It's not something you throw over a wound to keep from looking at the blood. Look, let's paint a picture in our head, an image. We're standing in the kitchen. It's 7 p.m. You're tired, they're tired. An argument starts about something small, maybe the dishes, maybe the dishes, maybe a tone of voice, and it escalates. Suddenly, you aren't talking about the dishes anymore. You're talking about every mistake you both made for the last 3 years. And the peak of the moment of heat, one person says, "Look, I love you. Okay? Can we just stop?" In that moment, was "I love you" an olive branch, or was it "shut up"? Was it a button just to say "shut up"? Because real love doesn't avoid conflict. Real love walks straight into it and it stays. It says, "I love you. Because I love you, we aren't going to walk away from this until we understand each other." That is the difference between a habit and a commitment. A habit is what we do to keep things the same. A commitment is what we do to make things better. There is a reason we fall into these patterns. Because our brain loves efficiency. If we can end a stressful situation with a 3 word phrase we've said 1,000 times, our nervous system takes that bait. It's the path of least resistance. But the paths of least resistance rarely lead to a meaningful destination. Recognizing love means being honest about the autopilot mode. Love is patient. When you're running out of it, love is choosing not to raise your voice, even when you feel like you've been pushed too far. Love is hearing someone out, not to respond, but to understand, and that's hard. It requires us to override our biological urge to win the fight. So what I want you to, so today what I want you to do is to take a step back. Look in the mirror. Think about the last time you said those words. Did your actions match? If you say "I love you" and then you spend the rest of the night on your phone, ignoring that person next to you, what are you actually communicating? You're communicating that idea of love is enough, but the practice is too expensive. Love is staying in the conversation. It's being willing to admit when you're wrong. It's choosing growth over comfort. We all want to feel loved, but before we focus on receiving it, we have to understand how to give it. Are we giving real love or are we giving echoes? Because words without action, they fade. They become background noise. But actions build trust. Actions build foundations that can actually hold the weight of life. So, here's the challenge for the week. The next time you feel the impulse to say I love you during a moment of stress, ask yourself, am I saying this to connect or am I saying this to end the discomfort? If it's to connect, then follow it up with a question. How can I show you I love you right now? Maybe it's putting the phone down. Maybe it's apologizing without a but attached to it. Maybe it's just sitting in silence with them. Because love isn't proven in the highlights, it's proven in the trenches. It's proven when it's inconvenient, when it's uncomfortable, when it requires you to set aside your ego for the sake of the us. That is love. So, take this episode, use it to the best you can. I want to say thank you for stepping into the open door. If this episode made you think or reflect or even challenge how you see your own relationship, then we've done the work today. Don't be afraid of the hard conversations. Those doors they lead to the best rooms. Keep growing and keep learning and keep opening doors within yourself. I'm your host Sal, and I'll see you on the next one.